Take out Mephisto right here. Ping him, ping him, ping him. Yo, it's worked. This actually worked. It's time for everyone's second favorite game mode, Alliance War. Actually, I haven't done many Alliance War videos since Overpowered is out. So we're gonna be going doing it. Now this is a matchup I have not seen here, but look at this. We've got Astral Oath Null versus what? Meth Odin Null. How is that supposed to work? Oh my God, I don't know. Oh my God, oh my God. All right, let's try it. I have no idea how this is gonna play out. I've never practiced this. This feels like a long shot. All right, boy, I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe this is all wrong. Okay. We're gonna just try it. We're not dead yet. We're still going. We're still alive at this exact moment. All right, we dead yet? All right, there we go. Now we're dead. If we don't take a turn, how are we gonna play this match? How is this supposed to do anything? I don't understand how they're supposed to do anything if they just die. Right out of the gate. All right, well, we got through. I mean, that's interesting, right? I mean, we're through a lot of it, right? Wow, this is working? This is working. All right, we got to get to Meph. Mephisto's got to die right here. And we're really close. Take out Mephisto right here. Ping him, ping him, ping him. Yo, it's worked. This actually worked. Oh my God, this worked. Oh my goodness. This worked. Oh my God. So now we're just down on Black Knight. Oh my, I'm the best. Well, Big Spartan and Big Spartan's the best. Oh my God, Big Spartan and Lightning Strike's the best. Oh my God. All right, so that did work. I never would have thought that was ever supposed to work, and that worked. Oh my God. All right, let's go to the next room. All right, we're gonna take in Illuminati here, and I think we're gonna be fine. This looks like they've got 9s, so we're going in with 10s, so we will get the advantage because of Overpowered here. We've got Doom, and so we're gonna go after an ability block Doom out of the gate. I bet he dies though. I wonder if he's just gonna die. Also, if you come across a Knowhere that has Overpowered on you, Knowhere is one of those characters that greatly gets an advantage from Overpowered, where he can just ruin your day very quickly. I think right here I want to go after Weaver. If I can get through Weaver before the charges come out, I think would be the way to go. Yeah. All right, well, there we go. She's gone. Now, who do I want to? Penny? Yeah, let's do Penny. Okay. What we really need now is some sort of heal block. Well, I guess that's going off right there. All right, well, there we go. The match is over once Peter B is out of the equation. Yeah. They never had a chance. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, we're gonna go with Night Stalkers. Now I used Oath on the other team, so I'm gonna take in Kang. And I feel like this is gonna be pretty straightforward. Again, we're gonna get the advantage here because of Overpowered. So this should be a walk in the park. So this is a video showcasing, I guess, well, not the first match. The first match was actually pretty cool, but these other matches here are mostly just showing that, you know, what it looks like when one has Overpowered. Okay, there we go. I'm not. All right, I think we're gonna just, and also Blade seems very good with Overpowered. How do I want to do this? Let's go after you. Okay then. Okay then. All right, there we go. All right, well, that's how it goes. Oh boy. So, no, I'm not going to do that. So here's an example of a team that I just don't want to upgrade. I'm just not going to take the match. I'm not sure that I can get through this fast enough, considering I'm going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to Overpowered. Like, I feel like without Overpowered, I could get through this, but for me to have this, I need to have them all at 9. Do I really want to upgrade this team up to 9 just to win this one match? And this is always the situation with Overpowered, is like, ah, man, if I want this counter to work, I've got to upgrade a team that is not going to be relevant for very long. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come back to this in a little bit, and maybe somebody else in my alliance has Knowhere built to the moon to take out 9s. Like, I certainly don't want to take Knowhere to Overpowered 10, which is level 105, but you know, 100 purple 3, I don't know, man. That's just tough. That's the problem with Overpowered, I think, is it just doesn't feel good. All right, we're gonna go in here with Vigilante, which is a team I don't mind upgrading because they're newer, and I think this match is gonna be over pretty quickly. So we will just, I think Sable goes and they melt is gonna be how this plays out. I just don't like upgrading older teams, and I think the sooner that they fall off a cliff and are not necessary anymore for counters, the better. The example that I keep talking about quite a bit is She-Hulk. I don't want to upgrade She-Hulk, right? And I feel like Knowhere is in that same category. I just don't really feel like doing it. So there you go. All right, no worries. That was pretty straightforward. All right, we're gonna do Phoenix Force Sunfire here, which I'm liking that I'm getting use out of Phoenix Force Sunfire, and I've already taken Omega Red to gear tier 20. I'm gonna take him into the Professor X Saga, I guess, instead of Apocalypse. Apocalypse would be a consideration. It's just he uses a lot to get up there. I think that's what I'm doing. Anyways, I'll get through this pretty quickly. All right, I think I'm just gonna focus on whatever we got going on over here. I feel like this will be over pretty quickly. Yeah, they all got, let's do it over here. Well, probably should have went after Forge. Oh well. That's the way it goes. I think we're gonna just, yeah, I should have went after Forge. Mistake. Okay. Well, I mean, I think once Storm goes, it's gonna be over anyways. Give everybody offense up. And he's out of here. Okay. Here we go. All right, that should soften them a little bit. All right, Storm, do your thing. Okay. Okay, and let's suck up as much of this as we can. All right, now we've got Nightcrawler. All right, we'll put that on auto, and that will be the end of that fight. Nightcrawler is just gonna take a minute because, well, I guess not. There you go. All right, we're gonna use Mighty Avengers right here, and again, we're gonna have the advantage with Overpowered, so I don't imagine that this is gonna be too tricky, because we're gonna be getting the 50% damage boost. All right, let's keep going and get it done and blow them up. Yeah, we don't care about that. North Star could be a problem, but we're spawning with Safeguard plus immunity. And so that's gonna be a non-issue. They're gonna dodge a bunch. Yeah, I get that, but we'll be fine. By the time that Falcon or Vision does their ultimates and stuff, it's generally over. I'm gonna pivot over to North Star. He's problem number 1. That should be good. I'm just gonna do ultimate and finish the match. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. Sometimes it's better to do special, give the turn meter and come back to that, but that got it done just as quickly. Let's keep going. All right, so I will get to use my Knowhere here. So we're gonna have a problem perhaps with Weaver, but the rest of them should be okay. Weaver is at higher than the rest of the team. See how this goes. Hopefully I can get to Weaver pretty quickly. Not sure the turn order on this, but I'm thinking if Nova goes first, I'm gonna want to get to Weaver. No, we're not gonna be able to get to Weaver. Okay. That doesn't feel good. Unavoidable. Will that kill Weaver? No. Unavoidable. Let's go over here and do that. In war, this is unavoidable. Okay. Okay, well, we lost our, let's see right here. In war, that's unavoidable. Okay. Weaver is not doing much here. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to want to do this even if this is not unavoidable. Yeah, we're just going to want that anyways. Yeah, we want the battlefield effect. All right. Let's see. Let's do a basic here. Now we've got through that. And let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Let's just not hit. There we go. Now the charges are gone off of Weaver and it's over. Okay. So I got to use my Knowhere. Fantastic. I'm not thinking or wanting to upgrade my Knowhere, so there you go. All right, we're gonna do Merc, APOC, Polaris. Polaris is just to suck up Kahori, right? And then APOC is there, hopefully to get through all of the craziness. Now we got to put APOC behind Panda Pool, and Polaris needs to be a skirmisher. All right, let's do it. I think we'll be fine. So Kahori should be pinging into Polaris right out of the gate. Polaris is good at sucking, apparently. I don't know, you know what that means. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, she goes right after. So yeah, that's the whole point of, I think, Polaris here is to just get wrecked right there. Let's do this. Kind of want to stun you. All right, let's see, you've got vulnerable, so we'll do that. Okay, let's see if we can get through you right now. Yeah, and then that'll be over, and then Old Man Logan should come in here shortly and finish this match off. Or Dawkins will cause them to bleed out. I like that solution also. All right, let's go ahead. All right, we're gonna do Undying here. They've got an 11 Emma. All right, I'm gonna take my Hela to 10, only because Hela is going to be a part of this team for a while. So I'm thinking for the longer term, you know, if we should get another member for the Undying eventually at some point in the game. So I am going to take Hela to 10, which is 105. Just for the Overpowered. So maybe it's not the best use of resources, but I do think longer term Hela is going to be okay. Let's see if this piece is of value. It is not. I checked to see if that, you know, that would be like a 19 and a half piece right there. A lot of times a good percentage of the stats of going to gear tier 20 are in that piece. So it's good to check if there are like 200,000 health. And when you click on it, it's actually a lot more than 200,000 health. So it's just that individual piece, which I call 19 and a half, is worth checking in on. All right, let's get into the match.
A few inches later.
Okay. So we have the team at 10s. All right, let's go. Okay, then. So the plan here is to Billy block Shadow King and kill Emma. But I'm going to basically only want to get ability block on him and then kind of ignore him. Okay. This is going to be good. Okay, there we go. It's ability block Shadow King right there. All right, we're gonna go in on Emma over here. Spread it. We got ability blocks everywhere. Okay, fantastic. Let's go down the middle here. I'm just gonna do. Yeah, well, this will cleanse, right? Let's do cleanse. Okay. Okay. Let's go in on her. Yeah, all right, so that's working, right? And let's keep going in over here. Boom, boom. Fantastic. Now I think we need to go after, well, we don't have a choice, so we're going to bounce back and forth between these two clowns. And the match is over. Okay, there we go. All right, we're cruising through it. Let's see what we got next. I'm reading chat, but I'm not. I want to get through recording and then I will interact more with chat. We have one more attack left. All right, we're going to S6, this right here. And that should be pretty straightforward. There we go. And then this will put us at 10 for 10. And then I think I still have Liberty. So I can look for a team for me to go through with Liberty. I also have some other teams I could use, like Absolute A-Force with Wasp, stuff like that. Let's see, who do I want to slow down the most? All right, get some rewinds there. Okay. We want to ability block Forge when he comes around. Or just delete him. There's that too. I guess that's the best status effect in Marvel Strike Force is dead. Or I worry about ability blocked if they're just gone. I guess we don't really want Rogue doing anything. We got blinds out there now. I feel like none of them have positive effects. All right, that'll hit and rewind. All right, Nightcrawler. Should I go after Nightcrawler while he's vulnerable? I feel like that's a thing. We're gonna get, yeah, let's go after Nightcrawler. Because he doesn't have like a 9 million like dodge and deflects. There he goes, now he has it. Yeah, let's just ignore him. He's so annoying. Does this go through that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter. That'll hit both. There we go. Get the revive, of course. There we go. What is going on over there? What is that? What is that status effect? I've never, what is that status? What is, Scopely? What status effect is that? A green charged? What is that status effect? I do not know what that status effect is. All right, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's find a place for, I think I've got Liberty Ultimus. I think I got Liberty Ultimus, so we'll try to find a place to do that. All right, we're gonna do Liberty, but we're gonna remove War Machine because he's amazing. Well, we're gonna put in Ultimus, which synergizes well with this team because of all the taunts everywhere is gonna give a lot of turn meter to Ultimus, and if I can get a kill, then there'll be that too. I'm gonna start off with basics though. Let's do another basic. Wow, that didn't really do anything. Hopefully I don't get in this weird place where I'm stuck. Yeah, this is gonna go downhill. Ah. Should I back out or just leave it? I don't think I should. I think I should just leave it, right? All right. So there's a lot of people in my alliance that have not attacked yet. So we're going to leave this. And I don't see how we made any progress on the match, but it is what it is. So we went 10 for 11. This one was a dud. I should have used Zombie Scarlet Witch to kind of control the Super Scroll. Zombie Scarlet Witch, when her health is above 50%, kind of shuts down all the crazy turn meter in that Super Scroll gets, and then I probably could have been fine. Or maybe that match would have been better if I would have focused on Super Scroll first and kind of just ignored Ms. Marvel Classic. I'm not really sure, but we didn't get to Captain Sam's ultimate to give turn meter, so it was kind of downhill after that. All right, bye for now.